the nearly man in the LIV Golf League. So many brushes with the LIV Golf League title. He's yet to take one.
You would say he's played the best on LIV, without a victory.
The number of years he's been on LIV, you'd think that he'd have multiple wins.
The guy should have won an event up until this point.
Patrick Reed. Well, it's safe to say he's probably one of the best LIV players not to win a LIV title so far.
He loves the grind. He loves to practice.
He grinds. He works a lot.
He works probably harder than anybody.
He's the ultimate golf sicko.
Patrick Reed, one of the great players yet to win a LIV Golf League title.
He's probably the best guy you could ever have on your team because you always know he'll never quit on you.
I think he's got this whole persona about him.
Is Patrick Reed misunderstood? 100%.
And P. Reed said, I want to play the best players in the world when they are playing the best to test myself and to test my game. I'm like, that's why you're one of the best in the world.
You gonna practice in your room?
Hell yeah, always grinding.
I think P. Reed he's the ultimate golf sicko. He loves the grind, he loves to practice, he's insanely disciplined and hardworking, and he's a golf nut.
When we're on the road, he's still got incredible work ethic. Everyone knows he works hard, but they just even see the surface level of the hard work. They don't see the hard work behind the hard work. I mean, he's in his room, or if we're in an Airbnb, he's hitting 100 putts, doing tempo work. When we're out here, we can be pretty serious. But these last couple of years on LIV, it's been good having the guys around and just kind of cut it up a little bit more, and it just makes it a little more relaxed. And I think since joining LIV, he's played some really good golf the last 4 years for that reason too.
I've always wanted to be a worldwide player. I mean, when I was on the PGA Tour, when I had the opportunity to be on the DP World Tour as well and hold both cards, I did, because I wanted to play around the world, not just, stay in my comfort zone at home. Being able to play in the International Series on the Asian Tour and also obviously in the majors, it's about me growing my game and trying to grow the game worldwide and play all around. I love to play, love to compete. So during the season, being able to play those other tours and playing everywhere, I'd rather be in game mode rather than, grind practice mode.
Patrick's game is really based on repetition and consistency, and that's, you get that through the hard work.
Look, Patrick is not the most physically dominant professional golfer. I mean, his driver ball speed it's never going to be up there like a Rory or, a DJ or a player like that. But where Patrick makes up for it is, I think, sheer grit and tenacity.
I'd be willing to bet that Patrick puts in more work than anybody else out there on tour. It's actually the point where I've talked with him actually being serious about telling him he needs to take some days off. I mean, sometimes rest is a good thing, but it's a hard thing to get that guy to take any rest.
He is one of the best wedge players in the world. He has the hands of God, and I don't say that lightly, but the guy hits incredible shot after incredible shot on a consistent basis, and he gets everything out of his game.
He's probably the best guy you could ever have on your team because he's always going to give you 110%, which makes him a great person to caddy for because you always know he'll never quit on you, and there's nothing worse than seeing somebody quit on the golf course that you depend on, especially as like a teammate.
I think he's like almost the ultimate teammate. He pushes you. He does ask you, like, did you practice enough? Are you working hard enough? He's always open. Obviously, his short game is amazing, and I ask him loads of questions, and he's so open about it. And I've learned a lot from him this year already.
He's exactly what fans think. He grinds. He works a lot. He's probably the hardest worker in this league. So he does a lot of stuff that I wouldn't do. So I find out that I'm very gifted. So I look up to him in the aspect that he does a lot to get in the right spot.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it doesn't matter what tour I'm playing on, whether it's LIV, DP, Asian Tour, majors. I'm gonna be out there grinding no matter what and competing and trying to have a chance to win and hold myself to a high regard on and off the golf course and really, represent not only myself but also the 4 aces in our team as high as we can, because at the end of the day, it's all about going to get a W, but also doing it the right way.
I have the utmost respect for him because of how much work he puts into it. So to see him succeed, I think, is just the ultimate validation for a guy that really deserves it.
Is it fair to say he's one of the most committed and consistent players on LIV Golf?
Yeah, I mean, I would even go further and say he is one of the most committed players professionally in the world. I think that spans across all tours. And I think you'd be hard-pressed to find someone who would disagree with that. P. Reed's game had been trending this entire season. The first 2 LIV events of the year, he didn't play to his standard. And I think with each subsequent event, his game just started to get better. A great indicator was the Masters and finishing 3rd there.
You know, the biggest thing for right now is obviously we're traveling, a lot of travel kind of overseas and, you know, all around the place. And so with that being said, it's more about building the energy level, keeping the energy up. But no, the game feels solid, feels ready to go.
He started to get into contention in tournaments like Miami, which he was the 1st round leader.
For me, it's try not to press so hard. We've put in all the work. We've done everything we're supposed to. Now just go out, play, and feel confident because we've put in a lot of good work.
You always expect him to play well. You never know when someone's going to win and it's all going to click. P. Reed has showed all the signs of his game is just getting that much better week after week leading up to Dallas.
We are down to the final 15 days of action in the 2025 LIV Golf League regular season. And the home stretch begins right here in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, I mean, Patrick started the week off fantastic.
To win on LIV, you need to have a good start on Friday.
With LIV being 54 holes, you got to come out hot.
I think when you play 72 holes, you can get away with having a bad front 9 or back 9.
Well, Patrick Reed almost holed his second shot at 10. This for birdie. Lovely start.
Merido it's a big boys course. So for P. Reed to get off to a hot start, you knew he was going to be in the mix come Sunday.
This got him to 2 under.
You know what? I think it was probably one of the best things to have Harold go out there and have a great first round as well.
This is how Harold Varner III got into a tie for 2nd place on 3 under par for birdie at 17. For the time being at least, Harold Varner at 7 for a 2-shot lead.
Harold and Patrick are good friends, but there's also that competitiveness between the teams.
The biggest thing is letting him know I've won out here and he hasn't. You know, that motivates him. Yeah, I love giving him stuff and he knows how to take it and give it back, and I enjoy that.
With his teammate and friend Harold being tied with him that first day, I think that's even a little bit more motivation to, hey, I'm gonna go out and beat my buddy and show him, you know, I'm the best player on this team.
So a 67 to open things for Harold Varner III. His first and only bogey of the day comes on his final hole, the 9th. So he's level with Abe Ancer and Patrick Reed on 5 under.
P. Reed, amazing round. You know, mentality out there has got to be everything in these conditions. How did you find it?
Yeah, I mean, the golf course was out there to get. The greens are a little softer, I felt like, today than it was earlier in the week. So, you know, we're kind of really able to attack, and, you know, really at this point it's kind of get ready for tomorrow and try to take down my boy.
We're encouraging each other, but on the golf course we're trying to really hurt each other. We you know, that's what makes you better. It was just a meow situation where we just enjoyed it being out there.
Why does Patrick work so hard? I think just like anyone who's a winner, it's just in their DNA.
In Major League Baseball, I would compare P. Reed to Bryce Harper. The guy is brash and full of life and cares so deeply about the game and works hard.
Kobe, you know, there's legendary stories of him getting done with Laker games, going home and working out at home afterwards. I would say Patrick's in that category of, you know, there's nobody that's going to outwork him.
He's just always going to grind it out and always want to play his best golf. It's just who he is.
We were in the car a few weeks ago and I asked him, I said, what was the worst match play loss you've ever had in your professional career? And he's like, honestly, there's none that stand out because I don't think I've ever had my ass kicked in match play. He even added on, I was like, is there a player that you don't like playing because, you know, he's beaten you badly or something like that? And P. Reed said, no, I want to play the best players in the world when they are playing the best to test myself and to test my game. And I think I told him verbatim, I'm like, that's why you're one of the best in the world, is because you have that attitude and you back down to no one.
Louder in Texas. I need you to get loud and count down with me. 3, 2, 1.
He had a different level of focus that week.
You could tell he had a real hold of his game. He drove the ball insanely well that week of Dallas, and I think to be successful at Merido, you need to hit a lot of greens.
Merido, the golf course plays really hard, and for him to go out for the first 9 holes and be bogey-free and shoot 4 under, you knew that he had it going.
It seemed like every hole, the guy was just hitting it to 15, 20 feet, 10 feet, every single time. I mean, it looked easy out there for him. And so I think that was glaringly obvious that P. Reed was in control of his swing, in control of his game, and in control of his emotions. You know, I think golf is like a roller coaster. You have highs and lows, and you're trending up, and you can also trend down. And I think Patrick is very used to overcoming adversity, and I think that's what makes him so tough to play against, whether that's match play or to be head-to-head against him on the Sunday in a professional tournament. The guy just, he wants to win, and he's very committed to winning, and I think he's faced a lot of adversity in his life, which has served him well in his golf game.
Competition, and Patrick Reed leading the way, going for his first ever LIV title. It's safe to say he's probably one of the best LIV players not to win a LIV title so far.
Patrick seemed super focused on Sunday coming in. There was a calm confidence with him, didn't seem nervous, went through his normal routine.
My going mindset, everyone starts at even par. Try to go out and shoot the lowest round of anyone out there and allow that to take care of itself.
He was very calm, cool, and collected. You could tell Patrick wasn't nervous at all, or at least it didn't show.
You know, when you're sleeping on a lead, the last thing you can do is try to protect it, because it usually never works out because you start playing defensively and all that.
He's never won a LIV event. He's never won as a pro in his home state of Texas. Patrick Reed tees off here at Merido on Championship Sunday.
We got a lot of crosswind here, you know? And so especially if it's riding that wind, it always gets a couple extra. We're just trying to land it just right of it too.
Great start. No nerves there.
And he birdies one, and I believe both guys in his group made double on one, which I think he immediately went from having a 4-stroke lead to 5 on just the first hole.
Sitting there thinking, all right, you know, we're in the driver's seat, let's just keep the pedal down, and it just kind of stalled from there.
Sometimes you get such a big lead, your mindset changes. Instead of keeping your foot on the gas, you start to play defense. I think that's a little bit of what happened to Patrick at that point.
But Patrick Reed, it was kind of serene progress, albeit very early on, when he led by 5. I don't think anyone saw this coming.
I mean, this has got to the stage where, I mean, it's not even who wins, it's who loses the least.
He's regarded by many as the best player never to win a LIV Golf League event in his career.
He made 5 bogeys on that front 9, and he put himself in a very tight spot coming down the final 9 holes. So you knew this was his tournament to either win or give away.
You know, I had 35 putts in 18 holes. When you do that around a golf course like that, and with the field that we had, you're just basically going to be playing in reverse.
We've had a little bit of a history this year of not performing well on Sundays. So a part of you starts to say, oh, not again. That we're doing it all over again. You never want to see a guy lose a golf tournament like that. I think it's one thing if someone goes out and shoots 59 or some crazy low score and comes out of nowhere, but you never want to see someone who's played so well the first 2 days give away a golf tournament.
There was definitely a point when you start saying, like, listen, man, you got to start to pull it back together.
You start to see, whether it's in articles or members of the media, they write about it. you know, who's the best player to have not won on LIV? And his name was constantly at the top.
Best LIV player who has not won a title here.
Ooh, that's
yet.
a good question.
But,
Maybe
it could be
Reed?
multiple.
Patrick Reed still waiting for that first LIV Golf title.
Left to play. You're yet to get your very first LIV win.
You would say he's probably the best player that hadn't won, or he's played the best on LIV, that, you know, without a victory.
And it's something I've actually never had the direct conversation with Patrick about it. It's one of those things that you kind of want to tiptoe around.
And especially for P. Reed, who's been around LIV since almost the beginning. I think the guy should have won an event up until this point.
From me sitting on the outside, it was something, the longer it went on, the tougher it seemed it was getting to get that win.
In a press conference to start the week, it was brought up to him that he had never won an amateur event, a professional event in his home state.
Do you remember the last time you won a tournament in Texas? And what would it mean to win this week?
The first part of that question, what was that? Junior golf, probably. I don't know. It's been a while.
He was very surprised when he heard that. It's almost like he took a step back and was like, "Wow, you're right. Like, I've never won here." And P. Reed is such a Texas boy through and through, from the cowboy boots to how much he cares about the state. I mean, I think was maybe just that little bit more of motivation that he needed.
I'm always a leaderboard watcher. I always like to know where I stand, where the team stands. Yeah, when I lost lead there for a second, I mean, you know, Ket's turned and looked at me and says, "Hey, we got a lot of good holes coming up." He's like, that we can take advantage of. Just, you know, kind of went on a par run and didn't really make any mistake.
Yeah, it's a wonderful shot. Just what he needed.
So 18 is one of the more difficult holes out there at Merideau.
Yeah, I think we knew on Sunday that Patrick wasn't gonna sit by and just play it safe out there. He knew he still was gonna have to play aggressive, and I think that showed on the 18th hole when he went for making a birdie there.
Patrick stripes it down the middle, hits a nice shot in there to probably 15, 20 feet, and he has the putt to win it.
Are we headed to a playoff, or can Patrick Reed snatch glory here on 18? It would be only the third birdie of 54 players on 18 today.
Well, I can tell you, I know what's going on in that mind, and it is only make. He's not thinking playoff, he's not thinking any more holes.
Off it goes.
Short.
Oh, agonizingly short.
Right in the throat as well.
I thought on 18 he had won the tournament with that putt.
At that point, they're going to a playoff, and you wonder, momentum's a crazy thing, and sometimes it can swing in your direction, it can swing away from you, and I was a little bit nervous that it was swinging away from him when he had the putt to win it, and just left it short. Now we're going to a playoff, and I'll tell you, there's nobody that I'd bet on more than Patrick in a four-man playoff. Like, he is a grinder, but I think he was chomping at the bit at that point. A lot of these guys are nervous, and he was ready to go and be the last man standing in that playoff.
Yeah, I played Patrick last year here. Patrick scrambled from everywhere like he always does, and I think he beat me like 6-4 or something. He beat the crap out of me, so I was like, damn, this guy is actually very annoying to play.
Pretty easy to tell. He's got the confidence, he's got mental toughness, and really just his will to win just propels him to have the ability to perform some of the biggest feats on the biggest stages.
He's always there. And obviously he's got his record, so you can't really look past him, I think.
He's just really hard to beat, and he's never out of the hole. He's like Houdini. You think he's out of it, the guy's gonna chip it to a foot, if not chip it in. All of a sudden he's got 12 feet for birdie inside of your 14 feet, and you're like, this guy just never gives up.
I think he's got this whole persona about him, you know, playing match play and team events, and he uses that to his advantage. People are a little bit scared to play him, and to his point, he always backs it up and he beats the crap out of people on the golf course.
I will always want to play the best guys. I don't care who it is, whoever's playing the best, I want to go up against the best. And it's one of those, you're going out there and it's like you got one day, leave it all out there. I mean, it doesn't matter how tired you are, you got to put everything out that you have, and you'll have time after that to rest.
Everyone needs a villain. It's always been great for TV.
What a day of golf we've had. A four-way playoff to decide the individual champion at LIV Golf Dallas.
Louis hits one in the water on 18. No one else in the group hit a good drive.
And then Patrick is up next. And Patrick traditionally likes to draw the golf ball. He hit his a little bit high right.
Well, it's not drawn.
Actually, he came over that and cut it.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be on the fairway.
Patrick's sitting in the rough, roughly 200 yards out, and that's not an easy shot. The minute he made contact, you could tell that he hit it well.
He makes a swing, and you see that epic club twirl.
Landed just short how it needed to because there wasn't going to be much spin coming out of the rough.
The ball rolled up, and then it came back just a little, and he gave himself, 18 feet for birdie. Paul Casey missed the green to the left. Ginny left one short of the green. After what everyone else had done, it was advantage Pete Reed.
Patrick Reed for the second time in 20 minutes for birdie and for the win.
He's got a 10, 12 footer, a little bit downhill. It's definitely outside the cup. Not an easy putt.
You knew he had to make it to win. You could see how stoic and steely-eyed he was in that moment. And I mean, as crazy as it seems, I think myself and everyone else there waiting on the green just knew he was going to make that putt.
And this will be a quick one. It's down the hill like glass.
Oh, Captain America is a Merido marvel. Patrick Reed has lifted his LIV Golf burden at the 41st attempt, and he's finally won as a pro in his home state of Texas. What a sweet double for Pete Reed.
I am just so happy for the guy. I mean, I think if there was someone who deserved to win more on LIV other than Pete Reed, I think you'd be hard pressed to find it.
Yeah, Kes tried to tackle me. He basically tried to knock me down there. It seemed like he was really pumped and excited, and it's always fun to sit there and just have the guys come out. Congratulate you, since we've done it with DJ, obviously, because DJ's went out on the aces, but really I haven't been a part of being the one that is getting all the congratulations, so it was nice to be on that side of it.
Yeah, I mean, we were sitting on the sidelines, and I think we all celebrated as hard as Patrick. Patrick threw his hands up, and I think it was a little bit of just relief. I know he wanted it bad, and it had to feel really good when he saw that ball drop in the hole. Yeah, if I was to sum up Patrick winning in Dallas, I think what I would say is finally.
The guy probably should have won 5 times already on LIV. He's too good of a player to not have, so I am just so happy for him, and I think it's ultimate validation of how good of a player Pete Reed really is.
To finally get the individual win, and now to sit there and think all I need is one more win on the DP World Tour to win at every major tour would mean a lot, so we're just one step closer.
Patrick winning in Dallas is just only gonna put fuel on the fire for the rest of the team. Our guys are all good friends, but they're also really competitive with each other. And Patrick's the only one on the team with the win this year.
When they watch one of their teammates show up and win a golf tournament, they're obviously happy for the guy. I think deep down inside, pisses them off a little bit, the same way you have a rivalry with your brothers or siblings to be the best one, and I think that's exactly what we have on the 4 Aces.
Hopefully now that just kind of trickles down into the rest of the team, and we kind of get this last back half of the season really good and really solid and ready to go.